Hello, everybody. My name is JaredWeathers, and welcome to another podcast I'm the host of. Uh, Wrestling with My Demons. We are here with Mr. Logan Price. Logan, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good. Now people are gonna ask if you got punched in the face.
I'm a little bit sick today, so
Well, we appreciate you being here through sickness.
yeah.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, this is a pilot episode, so we're gonna put this out, and we're gonna see how well this does. There's a lot of sound going on in your end there, man.
Paisley, you got to stop.
Yeah, you're gonna end up breaking
We'll
it.
we'll just restart this.
What?
Or are you just gonna? Well, you want to restart it?
No,
No.
no, we don't restart in the Weathers Media Podcast Network. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Paisley, you got to stop with all the noise in the background, like hitting the floor and stuff, because the mic's picking it up.
Yeah. Okay, just so everyone knows, so let's go over this again. So this is a pilot episode. However this does, we will keep doing it, but we need your feedback. So either follow the podcast wherever you can find it, like it on YouTube, share it around, do whatever you need to do. Contact us directly, it doesn't matter. As long as we know that you like the show, we will keep doing the show. So this first episode is going to be something that me and Logan actually did together. We were both there. Uh, the UWA Unleashed tapings back in July of 2021. I can't believe it's almost been a year from the recording of this that we did that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
Like,
Um,
like I had a lot of fun that day. I,
yeah,
that's probably one of my favorite days I had as a wrestler.
it was really fun. Okay, so we're gonna go through this timeline. So, um, I was at Anarchy with you guys in February, um, which was super fun, which we will get into later. Um, when did you get contacted to do the UWA tapings?
I believe it was either late May last year or early June, somewhere in that little time frame, like within those 2 weeks, that Jake reached out and said, "Hey, do you and the SBW crew want to come down and be a part of UWA Unleashed?" And I was like, "Yeah." I had to talk it over with Jay, Phil, and ET and check it out because this at this time, this is the time frame of when everybody left SBBW.
Mhm.
The GSW crew had split ways from SBBW, and then Mikey and Kine left SBBW. So this is like that small time frame, like after that when we got contacted by Jake to do the show because we were wrapping up our last few months and they wanted to work with us before we wrapped things up. So it was like I said, late May, early June, within those 2 weeks, and yeah, and I talked to the guys about it, and they said we're down with it. So we made it a group trip and just enjoyed it.
Yeah. Um. So what I know we can't speak completely for J Phil and ET, but what were their feelings on it going to Virginia, going to Tennessee, and kind of doing something different than just SVBW?
Um, J. Phil was excited to finally get to work in a ring because it's always been a dream of his, like it has been mine, and he was completely on board because he loved he loved working with he loved what they were doing and the wrestling style, and they approached us as friends, and we got to know him a little bit, so it made the decision easier for Jake and J. Phil and ET, sorry, um on going down there. It made the decision a lot easier because we gotten to know them a little bit, and we knew that they weren't going to stab us in the back or anything.
And stiff us, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got contacted around the same time you guys did. I was obviously brought in as CJ's manager. And then I told you my plane information, and I told J Phil since he was the one driving. Yeah. Wow, there's something really loud happening on your side.
Oh, it's probably. Is that better?
That's better. There we go.
It was the TV.
Okay, it was just getting really loud.
It was the TV because we have the speakers over here and over there, so it like's coming from two directions.
Oh, gotcha.
Surround sound.
It's surround sound. So.
Man, they have surround sound in Canada?
Wow. You said, wow, they have surround sound in Canada? You're an asshole.
Oh, you love me anyway. Yeah, so then so I flew down to Tennessee, you guys drove, and you guys picked me up for the airport, which is a really big airport.
Oh, that airport is huge. Actually, that's probably the second biggest airport I've been to. Fort Worth and Dallas, that airport is.
Oh, yeah.
I almost, I thought that I was going to not get to the gate in time when I got to Fort Worth to get on the plane to come up here on my connecting flight. But I made it with like 45 minutes to spare.
Nice.
So, but it was a lot of walking. I felt like I was never going to get there. So I had to take, not only did I have to take one of those connecting train things to get you to the other side of the airport, I had to take another one to get to another part of the airport to right. So it's a massive airport.
I hate those big airports. There's just so much walking to do.
The international airports are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they are. So we get down there, and we all stayed in a room together. Which was really cool. So we got there. I forgot. Was that in Carthage or was that somewhere else?
We stayed. I can't remember where it was
because we were really close to CJ.
It was like, I think it was like 30 minutes out from Jake's.
Okay.
So, and Jake lives in Lafayette.
Right.
So it's like 30 minutes from Lafayette. I can't remember what the little place exit was called.
I don't remember either. But that first day we met everybody. We met Jake and CJ and all them. Can you kind of speak to kind of how you were feeling when they came over and kind of introduce all themselves to us?
Yeah. First, I want to touch and to say this about the trip down there.
Yeah.
So, J Phil wanted to stop and get gas and get something to eat. Well, it turns out the exit that J Phil got off of was the exit that we were supposed to get off of. And this was before we came to pick you up at the airport.
Right.
So we got down there. J Phil's like, I want to stop and get gas and get something to eat before we pick up Jared. And then we end up stopping to get gas. And then we didn't get anything to eat because we waited till after we picked you up just in case you wanted something to eat as well. So, and then it turns to find out we see our hotel getting off the internet. We're like, is that the hotel we're supposed to be at? So J Phil looked it up, and by God, it was the hotel that we were supposed to. I was like, that's weird how that worked out.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So, and then we picked you up, and then we came back to the hotel, and then the guys said that they were going to be there. So we had about 30, 40 minutes to rest until they got there. And it was a fascinating interactions with them and getting to meet them for the first time. Very nice guys
Mhm.
and everything. And
Yeah.
I really, it was really a pleasure that we got to meet them. And just you could just feel that warm like reception
Yeah.
of inclusion when you first meet somebody, and that's what I felt with them.
They're all kind of shy at first. I felt like.
Oh yeah, they were definitely shy, and uh, because they were meeting us for the first time, and they didn't know how we were going to react, I guess. But like I react to the way I meet anybody for the first time, and it's if I've been talking to you and I know who you are, then I'm just going to act like we've been friends for a long time.
All right.
It's like when we first met, Jared, when we picked you up at the airport in Johnson City
Yeah.
for Survival War.
Yeah.
That's how I literally was joking around with you. And when we picked you up that night, I was like, are you the one in the toboggan? And you were like, the hell is a toboggan?
I'm like, I didn't bring a sled with me, and you're like, not that kind of toboggan. I'm like, what? What other toboggan is there? That really fucked me up there for a minute. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And then I got up here and I finally realized I got up here to Canada and I finally realized what you meant by a toboggan is a sled. They let me know that real quick. And then a toboggan, like I was thinking, is actually called a toque.
Ah, yes.
And I was like, okay. So now when I go back to the States and somebody says that they have a toboggan, it's going to fuck with me real hard because where I'm living up here, it's just like everything is different.
See, now you're gonna know exactly how I felt, and you're gonna be like, I finally understand.
Yeah. But yeah, they were shy, but I mean, I acted with them the way that I acted with meeting you the first time or meeting anybody the first time. Like, I'm gonna be myself. Okay, I take that back. When I met the GSW crew for the first time, I was kind of shy because I didn't know. Because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work out or anything. So I was kind of like Jake and him was that day.
Right.
But it was once I saw that they were nice and were okay people, I opened up and I was just myself. I was a little bit too much of myself,
A little
people would
bit,
say.
yeah.
But now, like, if you look back on how I was to how I am now, there's really no difference except for like me personally. I'm like a whole lot like more open-minded and nicer than I was.
You seem calmer now.
Oh yeah, I learned how to control and separate my character from my personal being instead of having them intertwine.
Yeah.
And once you figure that out, it's like it's a piece of cake.
I mean, I
But
figured out a long time ago, but
but but yeah, I kind of get that feeling while they were shy. But once they saw that there was, like I said, once they saw that there was nothing to worry about and they could be our friend, we just like hit it off like
yeah.
really well. And then same thing when we got there the next day for the taping, or was it that day or Sunday? That was the
Well,
taping.
we went to his house to look at the ring and kind of get used to it,
Yes, I
and then
think
I
so.
think we might have did a couple like dark matches or something.
No, I okay. I think you may have went out there. I think me and ET stayed back at the hotel. No. I know what it
No,
was.
no, we went to
Saturday.
TBW that day.
Saturday was the TBW event, and we
Yeah.
went. So we got there Friday night. We met Jake. No, we got there Friday afternoon,
Right.
and we met Jake and them that day.
Right.
And the next day we went to TBW.
Yeah.
And then we got back and then on that Sunday we went to Underground Unleashed.
Well, since it's within that in that time, what did you think about going to TBW? Because they never aired that show, and I kind of wish they did.
I was kind of pissed about that too. Um, here's I loved working with TBW for the most part, because most of the guys there, they were warm, welcoming to me. They never really rubbed me the wrong way. The only one that really rubbed me the wrong way, and I said this, and I will continue to say this. I mean, I said some things last time I was talking about this subject on one of these podcasts. I said some things that were kind of hurtful and that I shouldn't have said about a few people, but I do not regret what I said about Gage Flair.
Yeah.
Because he's just he thinks that if it's not done his way that it's wrong.
Right.
And that really rubbed me the wrong way. And like, he would make you redo it if it wasn't done right.
Yeah.
Or if he
luckily,
didn't like the
luckily
way
he,
it was.
he wasn't there while we were there, so he didn't have to redo anything.
Well, see, Taft Ledger was the one who running the show that day, which I enjoyed it a lot more with Ledger running this show that day than I did when it was Gage running it back at Anniversary. I just felt like it went a lot smoother. But what I said, the reason why it wasn't aired is because they didn't like what I said about, I guess, what I said about Gage and what I said about the two others that I spoke of, which I apologized to them, and I buried the hatchet with those two. I will not apologize to Gage because, yeah, I don't like him, and I don't like the way he does things.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I enjoyed going there and wrestling the WEF guys that I wrestled and everything, and I enjoyed everything that was done. But it's just a shame that nobody will ever get to see the magic that we did that day. I took a swanton bomb, which was pretty freaking cool. Like, I never thought I would ever actually get to take an actual swanton bomb. And then Chris Nitro came down for Rags to Riches, and I took another one. But it wasn't really the same effect.
Yeah.
I didn't take a swanton from him at Rags to Riches. It was J Phil that took a swanton from him at was it J Phil that? I can't remember. I had to hold the ladder for him at one point. But anyway, but I took a swanton from him at TBW that day, and it's no joke. Like, it kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
But no, like, that was a good day for wrestling, and I enjoyed that and everything. And
that was fun. I was really happy I got to attack J Phil.
Oh yeah, it was an interesting spot. And then we uploaded that video of you in the promo, in the car after that.
Right, and that never got shown.
And it never got showed so that ruined our part of it.
Right.
It was just messed up. I'm kind of glad that they didn't air it, because I was just the United States champion at that show. And then 6 days later, storyline wise, 6 days later, I won the Valor Championship before that was supposed to air.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't make sense for me to just be the United States champion. So I'm kind of glad it didn't air in a way, because things happened, and I like keeping kayfabe alive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That coming from me is like a big thing, because Mr. No Fucks Given over here, I just like, oh well. But
that's true.
But no, like that. But I didn't think it was gonna. Let me rephrase that. I knew it was gonna get better than that weekend, because I just felt like a connection with the guys that day when they came over and met us. I knew we were going to create some magic and stuff like that, and it was just going to be awesome. And lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. It was a really fun time. I was really happy to do that, even though it didn't get shown. I did technically do something in TBW, so I've
Yeah.
wrestled in like 4 different promotions.
Can we we'll do it. We'll do that. What I was just asking about the ask. We'll do that after we talk about Underground Unleashed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we had Underground Unleashed taping, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, it
You
really
you
was.
you can okay. So now that we're gonna start talking about the Underground Unleashed tapings,
Yeah.
you can literally ask Jake and everybody there. You can ask Jared. I was when we first got there. Yeah, I shook everybody's hand and everything, but I went straight to the ring and started running the ropes
He did.
because I've always wanted to do that, and I felt like I made it. I'm probably going to start getting emotional here in a second, but I felt like I had made it. Like I got to actually perform in a real wrestling ring,
Right.
and it just made me so happy. I actually didn't tear up or anything until it started getting closer to showtime because I knew that I was reaching the end of my career, and I knew that I was coming up on the last couple of events and the last couple of matches of my career, and I just got really emotional before showtime, and then yeah, I had always wanted to do it, and that's why I started running the ropes and getting a feel for the ring before we wrestled that day.
Yeah, that was really fun. So you wrestled Jake on that show, or in one of the tapings.
I wrestled Jake on the show, the first Warfare after that, after Underground Unleashed. We taped it that same day.
Yeah. How was working with Jake for the first time?
Jake is one of the best guys I have ever worked with in wrestling. Period. Like he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's such a good technical wrestler. It's like so amazing. Hush. it's amazing how somebody who had just was a few months into a wrestling career. I don't think he was even a full year into his wrestling career when I faced him. Somebody that is that good during basically their rookie year of wrestling blew me away, because it took me a couple of years to get to where I was.
Right.
I still feel like that I kept just moving on up and evolving as time went along, and that's all you can do is evolve as time goes on. You just get better. If you get worse over the years, there's something wrong. Jared, put your hand down right now. You've gotten a lot better, whether you like to tell yourself it or not. But no, Jake is honestly one of the best guys I've ever had the pleasure of facing in a wrestling aspect. And like I said in a group chat, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I contemplated so hard that whole week prior to the tapings of putting Jake over for the Valor Championship. I talked to the guys, and we decided that the Valor Championship needed to be an SVBW for the last few months. And ultimately, that's what influenced my decision not to put Jake over. Because I really wanted to put Jake over for the Valor Championship. I was really contemplating it. But the booker aspect of me for SBBW knew that we had to have the SBBW Valor Championship on SBBW for the last couple of months. And yeah.
After we do Finish Line Part 2, we will. I want to ask you more questions about what happened, all that kind of stuff. But we'll save that for finish line part 2
for
later
another
down the line.
video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk about it, but I want to keep it all kind of contained in the same kind of
Keep it to this one
right.
weekend.
Yeah.
We don't want to spread off to a different
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Just yet.
So, what did you said you started running the ropes? So what did you think of the ring, kind of when you were kind of getting used to it?
It hurt. Like running the ropes just that little bit, like, and bouncing off of them. It really, like, those ropes are hard. They don't like. Yeah, they spring off of it, but they're like. It's not just like, oh, just like a bounce off. You literally just hit, and it's like tough, and bounce off of them, and it's like, yeah, you run those a couple of times and get used to those, and I mean, your body will get used to it eventually, but like for somebody who just stepped into a ring running those ropes, it was no joke.
Yeah. I like that ring. I've never been in a wrestling ring, but I do like that ring a lot.
I really like it quite a bit. I wish we could have done more. I wish I could have done more in UWA. I filmed more when I was there. But sadly it didn't happen, and I kind of regret it. Not asking Jake to film a little bit more, but I wish I would have had more time and didn't have to go back to work.
Right.
Because I used the last bit of my PTO, my PPTO for Walmart to get the next day off.
Oh. Yeah.
In order to make it back in time to work Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because we weren't going to make it back for my shift that Monday. Yep.
Yeah. So overall, doing TBW and UWA in the same weekend, how did you like it? Like, I know obviously doing SBW is usually like maybe like 1.5 days of filming stuff. But this is like doing, 2 events, 2 big events. I guess technically 3, because we did Underground Unleashed plus the Warfare taping on the same day. But
which I'm no stranger to filming multiple things a day. Like you saw what the work we put into SBBW that day that you came in for Anarchy.
Yeah.
We filmed. I think we filmed Anarchy, and then we filmed the first 2 episodes of Mayhem.
Yeah.
When we were there, well, Mayhem was what it was known at the time.
Right.
And then it turned into Chaos.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, we filmed 3 shows that day, and it wasn't difficult, but it was tiring. Like, here's a fact. I went from wrestling. I wrestled like 4 weekends in a row. Prior, not prior, including the TBW and UWA. I wrestled Adrenaline for SVUW. I went to Anniversary for TBW. Came back, did Headstrong for SVBW, and then went back to TBW and UWA on the same weekend. 4 weekends in a row.
God.
That's how dedicated I was. Like, I was like dead at my shifts at work. I felt nothing. Like, I was so tired, but like I just kept pushing because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You don't show weakness. I mean,
unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you got to be strong no matter what, man. That's wrestling.
I probably am regretting it now
Yeah.
with how overworked I was when I was, but I gave it 110% no matter what.
Right.
Because my body, it aches like every day.
Yeah, I bet.
Like I have wrestling pains every day because of it, because I worked so hard.
Right.
But not only did I wrestle Jake at the UWA tapings, we also had the Underground Unleashed Battle Royal.
Yes, we did.
Which that was a lot of fun because I'd always wanted to do a Battle Royal.
That was really fun.
I wish I could have been at the Tennessee Jamboree. I'm upset about that because I wanted to do an over-the-top rope Battle Royal. And
Maybe next year.
That's still on my list. Still on my list.
That'd be really fun, actually.
But yeah, it's still on my list to do like a Royal Rumble type match.
Oh, and we still have to fight too.
Yeah, we still have to have our match.
Yep.
I owe a lot of people matches. but no, that match was a lot of fun. I got to work with a lot of people that I hadn't worked with before.
Right.
I'd seen the guys. I got to work with Robbie again.
Yeah.
The fat Asian. I got to work with him again. And then I saw Joe wrestle at Anniversary, but I didn't get to work with him. And I got to work with him in the Battle Royale. I liked tying up with Joe because he's a hard hitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
But it's nothing I couldn't take.
Right. Because
I hit probably just as hard.
I wouldn't know. No, that was really fun. I really enjoyed doing the Battle Royal. If anyone watches the Tennessee Jamboree, you can see that I'm kind of calling back to that in that match because I pinned a couple people in that match, even though it was over the top Battle Royal. So that was pretty fun.
The Battle Royal was actually pinfall and over the top rope.
Yeah, it was, but I
think only two people went over the top rope in that match, and that was Buzzsaw Billy and Jake.
Yeah.
And the Underground Unleashed Battle Royal.
Yeah, because everyone else got pinned.
Yeah, like it was a wild thing to see. Like I was watching it live and then saw the live comments. Wait, it's over the top rope? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's both. I mean, I think it's a cool aspect. You can either get pinned to get eliminated, or you can just get your ass thrown over the top rope.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really fun. I also really liked, even though I don't think it made the cut, J Phil and CJ's match for Warfare.
J Phil and CJ's match is still on the Warfare. I mean, it was really good. Like
it was really good.
Even when J Phil got kicked in the face, so stiff that like all of us were concerned, like personally for our friend. Like he will say to this day that he didn't feel it, that it didn't bother him.
I don't know how he did it. I don't get it.
I, as one of his closest friends in this entire world, do not believe him when he says he did not feel a thing.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Unless adrenaline was just so high that he literally didn't feel a thing. But there's no way that he didn't feel it after we were done filming.
Right. See, that's the only way I could think of him not feeling it in the moment was just all the adrenaline pumping through his body. But he would definitely feel it after.
Yeah, come to think of it, he slept pretty hard that night. Like, I remember him actually being the first one out.
Yeah, he was.
He was the first one asleep.
Oh, there's one more thing we got to talk about. We played that WWE trivia board game.
Oh, that was so fun.
We stayed up to 3-4 o'clock playing that?
Yeah.
We were up super late.
It was so fun.
It was really fun.
And J Phil still was the first one that crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took me to my first Waffle House, so thank you for
Oh,
that.
yeah, at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, we were the only ones up. We're like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, since we're gonna talk about the whole week one, you might as well just
Yeah,
fill
fuck
everybody
it.
in on the little
Talk about
personal
everybody.
things.
Yeah.
So we had already eaten McDonald's that night.
Yes.
This is a true story. We had already eaten McDonald's for supper after we picked J. Phil up.
I
Or
think we got that
picked
at
Jared up from the
midnight.
airport. We got McDonald's when we picked up Jared from the airport. We waited like a couple hours, gave Jared time to settle in, and then we went to McDonald's. Or no, I think me and J. Phil went to Subway,
Yeah.
and you and ET went to McDonald's
Yeah.
to eat that night. But if that wasn't enough, me and Jared were talking to J. Phil and ET, and we're like, guys, Waffle House is open 24 hours. You guys want to go get some Waffle House? And they were like, sure. And then like J. Phil crashed.
Yep.
And was sleeping. ET was still up. I think ET was checking Twitter and stuff like that, and on his social medias.
And you don't want to leave J. Phil alone in the room.
Yeah, he didn't want to leave J. Phil alone in the room. So we said screw it, and us two, we went to Waffle House at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think I am the only person. Wait, did you get a burger too that morning?
I don't remember.
Or did you get a platter?
At Waffle House, I think. Did we get hash browns or something?
Yes, I got a burger with hash browns.
I think we got the same thing.
And I think we are the only two people to get a burger at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I think so.
It was insane.
They also fucked up my hash browns.
But it was really good.
It was really good. They just fucked it up.
Interesting fact, that's not the only time I've eaten at a Waffle House at 2
you
o'clock
live in the South. I would hope you eat at a Waffle House.
I didn't eat at Waffle House before I went to Tennessee.
Oh.
But I got in at like 2 o'clock in the morning on my first trip to Tennessee for anniversary. I got in at like 2 o'clock in the morning because my flight had got delayed.
Oh.
For a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then we landed, and I was like, guys, I am starving. And they're like, let's go to Waffle House. I was like, Waffle House at this time? I was like, yeah, Waffle House is open all the time. And I'm like, okay, shoot, let's go to Waffle House. And yeah,
nice.
We went to Waffle House. I went to Waffle House with the TBW crew that morning.
And that was the only time I've ever gone to a Waffle House.
And you enjoyed it, right? It was good.
It was very good, even though they fucked up my hash browns.
Listen, you can never.
But it was good.
You could never get a perfect hash brown.
Disagree. I can get perfect hash browns from right here in my fucking house.
Well, unless you cook them yourself, okay? Yeah.
But no, that was a super fun weekend for me. I had only been to Virginia and kind of Georgia. So going to Tennessee was a whole new experience for me.
Yeah, I've been to several states. But like, yeah.
I've been to a lot of states too, which is mostly northern states.
I've been to a lot of southern states. I mean, obviously, I was from the South.
Yeah.
But like,
Logan, no matter where you live, you will always be from the South, my friend.
Unfortunately, yes, and I try to keep telling the wife that I'm always going to be from the South, and there's some mannerisms that I can't control.
That's true.
It's just bad habits.
I think he meant mannerisms, not aneurysms, though. Just so everyone knows. Mannerisms.
Mannerisms. Mannerisms, not
Mannerisms.
aneurysms. Like, I don't have aneurysms.
I hope not. They kill you, so that would not be fun.
I mean, it could be questionable when I'm playing games sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Like that one time when I flew over you and we all just died laughing. I'm pretty sure we all had aneurysms that day.
Yeah,
That was
yeah. It's still one of
God.
my favorite moments on ever playing games.
That was pretty funny. I think we all laughed for like 10 minutes.
I have the clip on my YouTube channel.
I have never played that game since.
But no, you want to know an interesting fact about the UWA tapings is I won my second and third Valor Championship almost a year apart from each other.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it gets even crazier than that. I won my first and second Valor Championship almost a year to the day. I won my first Valor Championship July 17th, 2019. I won my second Valor Championship on July 18th, 2020, on my 21st birthday.
Wow.
And then can't remember exactly which day it was. I think it was July 15th, 2021 that I won my third Valor Championship.
Wow, that's crazy.
It just got really weird. Like I can't believe I timed it that well.
I know.
I was like, it's crazy to think about how well I timed the booking of that.
Yeah.
I didn't really even plan it that way. It just happened.
After we get off here, I got a couple things to talk to you about.
Okay.
Um, is there anything else that you remember from that weekend that you want to mention before we get off here?
Trying to think. Oh, now that we've talked about it, there is one thing I wanted to talk about. The comparison of TBW's ring and UWA's ring.
Okay.
There is a major difference.
Well, yeah, one's the actual ring.
Yes, one is an actual ring and hurts a lot worse.
Yeah.
The other is kind of like unsafe. But
It,
you didn't hear it from me because I stepped when I was at anniversary. I stepped into the ring, getting in the ring one time just to work out some moves with Robbie, and the corner broke when I stepped. And I was like, guys, you guys might want to check that out. I told them, I was like, you might want to check that out because there's some pretty big guys wrestling here, and if like we step on it the wrong way, we're gonna fall.
down.
We're gonna fall through the fucking ring.
Yeah.
But luckily, we didn't have that problem
That's
at
good.
UWA because UWA is an actual ring.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's just the comparison.
Yeah.
Did you got to be in TBW's ring, didn't you, when you attacked J-Pill?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't really get to feel it though.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of wood and tires and everything. I mean, it's okay because they built it themselves. You gotta give them props for that. But
yeah, you do.
But it was just so unsafe.
I do want to mention I did F5. Well, no, I category 5. Atomic Titan like 10 times in a row. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Was that when you were practicing moves and stuff in the ring?
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I had a lot of good memories that weekend.
Me too.
I to this day am still the only man to pin CJ.
True. Yeah.
I will keep bringing up that fact until somebody beats his ass.
So somebody else pins him.
Yeah, and they have to pin him, because if they don't pin him, then it still reigns true that I'm the only man to pin CJ.
That is true. That is true. So this show will come out about maybe 3 weeks before Final Destination, because tomorrow's May.
Jeez,
I know.
tomorrow is May. Oh my gosh,
dude, it's May 1st already.
holy crap!
Yeah, well, it's like almost 30 minutes for me, because I'm in a time zone ahead of you.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours for me. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so this will come out about 3 weeks before Final Destination. So make sure if you watch this before then, go watch that too. I'll be on it.
I
Oh,
won't be on it.
do you want to see my custom belt before we get off here?
Oh, yes.
So this is my custom underground championship.
Very nice. It's very nice.
Oh yeah, look at all that. Look how nice that shit looks.
That's pretty awesome.
On a fucking blue strap too.
Is the other underground championship still in Tennessee?
No, I haven't. Do you want to see it?
Oh, well, actually, I probably knew the answer to that before I asked it.
Probably.
Because didn't you have it in one of your promos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that before I asked it. I don't know why I asked that question. It was a dumb question.
That's okay.
It's one of those mind blips.
But now I'm a double champion.
Yep, Midwest Mafia champion and Underground champion.
Right, which the other two are right there. With my Browns jersey.
Pretty
I got a
awesome.
new camera too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it looks a lot better than the other one does.
We got our streaming equipment here is what I'm using.
Nice. Yeah, so make sure everyone who watches this like, share, subscribe to whatever channel I put this on, because I'm not sure yet. And if you want to upload it to your channel, I'm cool with that too. Whatever you want to do. This will be up on Weathers Media Podcast Network probably at midnight, and this video will probably come out later than that, just because I want to give it some time. I don't know what else to say. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Logan. Dark Wolf House GMG. On Twitch and on YouTube. Go follow him there. If you could what?
I just jerked on the cord and it scuffed my ear.
Okay, we're not trying to kill you in this show. Okay.
I try to kill myself every day. Not intentionally. Not intentionally. Not intentionally. Let me rephrase that. Not intentionally. I trip over everything. I literally, before we started this, got up and almost tripped over the chair that's here in the living room.
You stubbed your toe. That's not tripping over it.
That's tripping.
Still technically tripping.
You stubbed your toe.
You can find me, JaredWeathers Official, on YouTube and on Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch very much, but when I do, it's super late at night. So It doesn't even matter. I might as well not even stream. Fuck it.
Usually I'm there and CJ's there.
Yeah, CJ's there. Sometimes Jake is there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been playing Red Dead a lot. So come watch us play Red Dead and watch my horse be fucking stupid.
My horse is worse.
My horse literally runs into poles.
Let me tell you guys something before. This is completely not wrestling related. This is Red Dead related. We were playing the other night. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. And I'm running, and I run off of a cliff. And as soon as I run off, I said, guys, don't follow me. What do?
And in my defense, when he said that, I was already falling off the He's like, wait, guys, don't follow me. And I'm already halfway down. I'm like, oh, too late.
But what was CJ's excuse?
He's stupid? I don't know.
If your friend jumps off a cliff, don't be like them. Don't jump off a cliff after them.
Oh, man. For Logan Price, I'm Jared Weathers. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Wrestling with My Demons pilot episode. Go ahead and make sure you tell us if you like it, and we'll give you some more. Also, comment to what other show you want me to prod into Logan's memory, knowing how bad it is. I will try to get as much facts as I can out of it, but I can't promise anything. And my memory's also bad. So
I don't remember every detail, but I remember the important ones.
We love you, Logan. Do you love the people who watch the show?
I love the people. I mean, wrestling character wise, probably not, but personally, I love you guys.
I also love you. We both love all you people who watch us and you listen to the podcast network, which will be starting up again. We're all very busy people, and winter's a bad time to do anything. So this summer, podcast network's coming back. I promise. We got a lot more stuff on the back burner. We have Wrestling with My Demons. Hopefully, we keep doing this show. We still got Howling with a Dark Wolf to do. We have Pro Bowl Pod to do. We have Reviewing All Comers to do. What else? What else do we have to do? Oh, I got to do the Weathers Media podcast still. New episodes will be coming out this summer for that. The Killsies podcast. I got so many fucking podcasts, dude. Killsies podcast. Definitely gonna have another episode of that. Maybe, probably not. Maybe.
Well, you got two members of the Killsy right here that can share a camera, so
that's true, which will be even better. We just got to get Musha all together there.
What are you doing for?
He said we got to film another episode of the Killsies podcast with Wusha.
Mm-hmm. So much game and stuff coming out.
Just having fun and talking about games and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the first one we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a very convincing yeah.
I said yeah.
All-Star Wrestling Quiz coming back in May. But we're going to have to move it to the weekend after because reasons. Anyway, I will update everyone on Instagram of that, and Logan will update everyone on Twitter of that because I don't use Twitter. So you're going to have to be my eyes and ears on Twitter.
I don't really use Twitter except for making announcements for Jake, so.
Great. Me and you are both not using Twitter.
Oh, and I keep up with gaming stuff on my gaming Twitter, so.
Well,
that.
Post about the All-Star Quiz on your gaming Twitter and inform everybody.
Okay.
Logan, do you have anything else to add after that? I plugged so many things.
You said you hope to keep doing Wrestling with My Demons. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about from my career. So we can do a lot of episodes of these.
I know, but do they want to hear it? That's the question.
You know, I'm going to be in character for this. I don't give a damn whether or not they want to hear it or not.
Give me a second.
You just gave him the ability to talk nonstop for hours on end.
Some fucks given. Some.
Yeah, no fucks given. You wouldn't have demons that you'd want to vent.
Listen.
You wouldn't care. You would just go on.
Just kidding.
So you obviously care.
You know what? You reminded me of something.
Oh, jeez.
If we're going to be airing Wrestling with My Demons, then we got to talk about the very beginning, and that's the biggest demon of all. But we will talk about that in
Why did you look at me? I had
2.
nothing to do with your beginning.
I know. I was just saying, you brought up an interesting backstory. So on episode 2, we'll talk about the beginning.
Everybody, go look at the new website. I got lots of new stuff coming out there. Everyone's on there, except I tried to get Logan on there. He said no, so that's on him. But I got Jake, I got CJ, I got myself, I got my buddy Brandon. We're all doing stuff on the website, so come check it out. Also this.
Let me look at the website, and then I will give you another answer.
I have an interview with legendary wrestler Leatherface. Go check it out.
Look, he shouted you out.
She's right here.
Wow.
Yeah, she shouted out.
I feel so special.
She's right over here on the side there. Right over here.
She's right over here.
Right
Yeah.
over on that side there. There she is. Yeah, that's her. Wife of the Dark Wolf.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And I'm going to go eat. And I love all of you. And I love Logan and all that good stuff. Go check out the stuff, guys.